Hello, Dexter. Cassam from HeyUGuys.
Cassam.
Cassam. Lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
Now you're here.
Guys.
Hey, yeah.
Hey. How you doing?
Now I'm assuming you're here to support Hugh. And you.
He's here apparently. Yeah, I didn't know he was going to be here, but here he is. No, yes, I'm here to support you. And Joe.
And you're working with Hugh on your next film.
We've just finished shooting a little while ago. We did a little some pickups and stuff. Yeah. So yes, I'm working with Hugh. I'm editing at the moment as we speak.
How far away are we from seeing the Eddie the Eagle movie?
I think you might be a few months away from seeing it as yet. There's a lot of special effects to create, and sound and music and wonderful stuff, and all the editing's got to be done. So it might not be until early next year. It probably is the likelihood.
Now Pan has a young actor in the lead, and you've also got a very young actor in Taron Egerton.
Yes, reasonably young, not as young as Levi is. I think he's only 9, isn't he? 10, yeah. But I hear he's fantastic. I did pay a set visit many moons ago to the Pan set and met Hugh, and Joe's an old friend of mine. And he by all accounts, he's fantastic. That's what Joe was saying then, and Joe would know about these things. He's a great director.
Is this the sort of film, Pan? Would that be the sort of film you want to make in the future?
Looks like Joe's beat me to it on this one, but yeah, that would be something I would be interested in doing. You know, someone like Joe, who's so very good at spreading his creative net very wide, you know. For all of his projects are always simply different from the last, and I think that's, as a director, that's a really good model to be following. That, you know, let's keep people guessing what's next, and keep telling those great stories in a more beautiful and expansive way as possible. And Joe's one of the masters of that.
I'm probably jumping the gun, but have you decided on what you're going to do next after?
You are jumping the gun. I've not decided. I'd like to do a Western. I'd like to do an action movie of some kind, but as yet I don't know. I'm still going to just concentrate on finishing Eddie the Eagle and getting that ready for early next year.
Was that a smooth production for you? How did that go?
Yeah, I mean, smooth in that we had to climb up a mountain every day for 5 weeks and then try and not let our actors slip down and fall off the end of a big 90-metre ski slope, which is challenging in itself. You know, sub-zero temperatures and lots of people wrapped up like, you know, Michelin men trying to move about. Yeah, look, you know, any shoot takes a lot of hard work and discipline and stuff like that, and that's the stuff that you tend to put behind you once you get to moments like this. I'm sure at the time Joe was, you know, in the midst of controlling this huge movie, trying to make everything work, but now this is when you get to reap the rewards and people get to see it and have a good time. So yeah, it's all tough, but that's why you do it.
Did you nab Hugh straight from this, or was there a film in between?
For me or for Hugh?
When you got Hugh, was he straight off Pan, or was he?
I don't know if he was straight off Pan, actually, to be quite honest. I'm not sure he was doing just. He probably was doing Pan just before that, and it was a pretty smooth transition for us. He soon came on and got everything going. So yeah.
And finally, about your next film, Eddie the Eagle. What tone is it? I know the character, I know the man from TV and so on. Is it a comedy, and is it important not to make him the butt of jokes, as I know he was at the time in the tabloids especially?
Yeah, no, I was very conscientious of that, and there's something I spoke to Eddie about right in the beginning as well, because I think that, you know, what Eddie achieved was he's an Olympian, and by anyone's standards, that's an amazing achievement, especially if you have no trainer and no money, and everyone's seemingly against you, sporting bodies, and they're trying to keep you on the outside or the periphery. So, and what Eddie did is easy to underestimate, but the truth is he sat at the top of a 70-metre, 90-metre ski jump and went down with the world's greatest, and he did that from very humble beginnings, and it's an incredible, huge achievement. So my thing is, of course, there's lots of heart in the movie, there's lots of humour, there's very touching moments as well, very human story about the relationships and one man's effort just to realise his dream. And of course there's a lesson, not a lesson, but there's something for all of us to take away from that, you know, it's all possible. We all start from relatively humble beginnings one way or another, and we all have somewhere that we dream that we want to be. And some of us it takes longer and some of us quicker, and there's various different routes that you can go, but it is all possible. So it's a film about possibility and having your moment, and that's what Eddie personifies. So I'm very wary of not treating him like a joke, because I don't believe he is. I believe he's someone who set himself a huge task, a huge dream, and achieved it. and that's admirable and brilliant and fantastic and funny and ridiculous and all of these wonderful things that the film is.
Well, looking forward to it. Thank you. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey,